Two individuals in London were the victims of a brutal acid attack. The individuals were of Muslim descent, and they were apparently celebrating one of their birthdays when this attack took place. Resham Khan and Jameel Muhktar suffered serious burns after they were both doused in sulfuric acid as they waited in traffic in East London on June 21st. The attack, of course, is unfortunate, but to make it even more unfortunate is the fact that the perpetrator is at large. Officials have not caught him yet. He's a 24-year-old by the name of John Tomlin, and he has very unique tattoos, so hopefully he does get caught at some point.
Okay, so that's who they believe did it. So
yes, alleged perpetrator.
Right, and secondly, do not approach him because he might have acid on him. So the cops are saying if you see him, make sure you call it in. Don't try to get him yourself or go anywhere near him.
So I'm about to show you guys photos of the victims that are graphic and difficult to view. So for those of you who are uncomfortable looking, look away as we cut to these graphics. But I want to show you the damage that was done to these victims. There's 21-year-old Resham Khan, who was an aspiring model. It was her birthday that they were celebrating when they got attacked. And then here is Jameel Muhktar.
Okay, so let's give the rest of the quotes here. I'll read Jameel Muhktar's quotes, and then I want to talk to you about what I thought this story was about and what it turned out to be about. He said he just squirted this clear liquid all over us, which I thought was water until my cousin started to scream. I was watching her burning. Next thing you know, I'm burning. When I went to the hospital, they had to jet wash me to get the acid off. It was excruciating pain, and I was screaming like a baby. So he got hit in the legs and body and face. She got hit square in the face with acid, and so first degree burns, and they had to put her in a coma, and then do the operations and try to help her and then revive her. So when I first saw the story of Resham Khan and another Muslim getting two, I thought in the beginning it was two Muslim women, but it turns out it's one woman and one man, had acid thrown in their face. I thought the story was out of Afghanistan. Because that happens from time to time. They say, oh, you're a woman going to school, your girl's going to school, and they'll do an acid attack. Or you're not wearing your headscarf right, or etc. They'll do an acid attack. Great, now our fundamentalists have merged tactics completely. So now whoever this fundamentalist clown is who hates Muslims, and we don't, I know you have to do the standard caveat. You don't know, it could have been totally random. He's walking around with a vat of acid, doesn't care, and just happened to throw it at a Muslim's face. It could have been anyone. He could have been targeting Norwegians, right?
Well, initially the police did not treat this as a hate crime because of what you just said. We don't know. We don't know the details about this guy. We don't know what his intentions were. But apparently, due to new evidence in this case, they are treating it as a hate crime. The Guardian reports new evidence had come to light, prompting them to investigate the assault as a hate crime. So I don't know what that evidence is. They haven't disclosed what that evidence is. And regardless of what the intentions were, this was such a hideous attack on completely innocent people. And I literally can't read this story or even report it without getting, I'm sorry, I know I'm not supposed to get emotional, but getting emotional. Because we're now in this insanely toxic environment. People are afraid for their safety. We're insanely divided. The rhetoric people use is damaging and dangerous. And then you read from Resham Khan, the 21-year-old, and I want to read you her quote because I think it's incredibly powerful. She says, at a time when all I am being sent is positivity and love, please don't let this man anger you or categorize others. Regardless of whatever was going on in his head during his cruel and vicious attack, I really don't want this to help fuel a division among people. From a large majority, there will always be a sick and twisted minority. Stop tearing each other down, stop arguing religion and politics, make peace with each other and the world. Letting this man or the events of the past fill you up with hate will only darken the soul.
So, but I think that a great majority of people on our side, left, progressive, would never make the insane assumption that this is all white people. That's so crazy. Who could possibly believe that, right? Or all right wingers, every right winger in the
all young white men, right?
Yeah,
with crew cuts.
But the other side will not grant that. They will not grant that. And So how clear is it that our enemy is not a particular race or religion? It is fundamentalists. Fundamentalists of all stripes who believe that the answer is violence and who like to categorize other people without knowing the content of their character at all based on how they look. That is so obvious, whether it's a Muslim fundamentalist who says you're not wearing your headscarf right and you're too secular or you're too Western and I'm gonna attack you, or it's a fundamentalist in the West who says you don't look right because you are wearing a headscarf or you're just brown or I think you're Muslim, and half the time they're wrong, they'll accidentally attack someone who's Sikh and murder them. So the obvious answer is let's be smart and try to figure out who the fundamentalists are that might do violent action to protect our citizens instead of wasting time categorizing billions of people at a time. You don't like ads? I hear you, brother. You know how you can avoid ads for the Young Turks? Become a Young Turks member and get all the content ad-free. tytnetwork.com/join.